DLF sold 7,000 crore worth of homes in just 72 hours. Godrej sold 3,000 crore in just 3 days. And almost every month, we see headlines like project sold out in 24 hours. But here is the real question. Are people really buying 3 to 5 crore apartments in just 15 minutes? Or is something happening months before the launch that most buyers don't understand? Because the truth is, most of these sold out launches are already sold before the launch even begins. And it happens through something called pre-launch investing. But here is the dangerous part. Thousands of investors enter this phase thinking they have locked the best price. But with the document they often sign, it says something very different. Today, we are going to break down the complete truth about pre-launch real estate. What pre-launch actually means, what RERA really allows in pre-launch investments, the hidden clauses inside EOI forms, and the biggest investors' mistakes that people often do, which can put you in loss rather than being in profit. Most importantly, how to identify a safe pre-launch versus a risky one. And to explain this, we are going to analyze real EOI forms from top builders, because if you understand this properly, you can make very smart investment decisions. But if you don't, you could easily walk into a very expensive mistake. So let us start from the basics. Before we talk about pre-launch, we first need to understand how a real estate project actually develops, because many buyers only see the launch event, but the project has already gone through multiple stages before that. Typically, it looks something like this. First comes the land acquisition. Then the developer starts working on planning and approvals. After that comes something that is called the pre-launch phase. Then comes RERA registration, followed by the official launch, construction, and eventually handover. Now the stage we are discussing today is the pre-launch phase. This happens before the official public launch, and in most of the cases the project may still be getting approvals, and also the marketing is very limited. Most of the times the project is even promoted under a code name. You might hear something like code name XYZ instead of the final project name, and this stage is very crucial, and this is where early investors enter the picture. So what does pre-launch investment mean? Very simple. It means investing in a project before it is officially launched. During this stage, builders approach a limited group of investors and offer them early access to the project. Now you might ask, why would investors want to enter this early? This is because early investors sometimes receive lower entry prices, first choice of units, and higher appreciation potential. In some cases, early investors have seen 30 to 40% appreciation even before the construction begins. But, and this is important, this stage only comes with lots and lots of uncertainty. Since the project is not fully launched yet, it means the legal frameworks are very important, and this is where RERA comes in. According to RERA regulations, a builder cannot officially advertise or sell a project without RERA registration. That means no official marketing, no official sales, and no official bookings. So the obvious question becomes, if sales are not allowed, then how are pre-launch investments happening? The answer lies in something called EOI, or expression of interest, which many investors knows it. And also this is where many investors get confused. EOI simply stands for expression of interest. It means an investor is showing interest in buying a unit once the project launches. But here is the main thing many people misunderstand. An EOI is not a booking. In fact, if you read the actual EOI documents from builders, they clearly mention something like this. Submission of EOI does not create any ownership rights, which means you are not buying a home yet. You are simply registering your interest. Once the project launches, the builder may invite you to convert that EOI into an official booking. But even here, there are important differences investors must understand, because not all EOIs work the same way. Usually there are two types of EOIs. The first type is non-bankable EOI. Here you submit a check, but the builder does not deposit it immediately. It is mainly used to measure the market demand. The second type is bankable EOI. Here the builder actually deposits the money, and in many cases this amount later becomes part of the booking amount during the launch. But before submitting an EOI, investors should always read the fine print carefully, because some clauses inside these documents are often misunderstood. After reviewing multiple EOI forms from different developers, There are few clauses that investors often overlook. The first one is price is not locked. Many EOI documents clearly mention that price mentioned is indicative, which means it may change at the time of the launch. So an investor might submit an EOI thinking the price is 8,000 rupees per square foot. But on the launch day, the builder may announce the price is 9,500 per square foot, creating a big shock for the investor. You can withdraw, but you have already lost time and opportunity. And if it is a bankable EOI that is collected, you lost the value of that money during the period. And in many cases, this is a serious issue. Why? Because most of the approvals are pending. Pre-launches are often launched without RERA approval. You submitted the EOI thinking that you will get at the mentioned price, but approvals take long time. Getting RERA in places like Bangalore can even stretch more than 6 months. By the time money that you hold is stuck for all this period. Another clause that many investors miss is unit allocation. Just because you submit an EOI does not mean you will get the exact unit you wanted. Allocation may depend on availability, builder allocation, or first come first served basis. And finally, many forms mention something called sole discretion, which means the builder can reject the application without giving a reason. At this stage, you are not buying property yet. You are simply applying for the right to buy one later. To understand more on this thing, you need to understand why builders do this in the first place. There are three main reasons. First is market testing by the developers. Builders want to see how the market responds to the project concept. Second is they are securing early cash flow. EOI provides early capital and reduce the builder's dependence on expensive bank loans. And the third is they are testing the launch momentum. Many of those headlines you see like sold out in 24 hours are actually built during the pre-launch phase. By the time the public launch happens, a large portion of the inventory may already be reserved, not sold. Not all pre-launch investments carry the same level of risk. They usually fall into three categories, which every investor should know it. Level 1 is high risk category. The high risk category are the projects without RERA approval, which is often marketed under code names. These are usually suitable only for experienced investors. Level 2 is moderate risk. These are projects where RERA approval exists, but the official launch hasn't happened yet. This is often considered the sweet spot for many investors. And level 3 is the lowest risk investment, projects that are launched with all approvals in place. These are safer, but prices may already be 10 to 15% higher. Before submitting an EOI, there are 6 simple questions every investor should ask. Is the project RERA approved? Is the EOI bankable or non-bankable? Is the price indicative or it is locked? What is the refund timeline? How will units be allocated? And what charges are excluded from the price? These 6 questions can prevent many costly mistakes which especially first-time investors do. Pre-launch investors are not scams. And they are not guaranteed profits either. They are simply high risk, high reward opportunities. If you choose the right developer, the right location, and understand the documentation properly, they can generate excellent returns. But investing blindly without understanding the terms can easily lead to expensive mistakes. At Crazy Assets, our team evaluates projects across Bangalore, Dubai, and Ras Al Khaimah before recommending them to investors like you. We review developers' track records, legal approvals, pricing benchmarks, and documentation risks, so investors can make data-backed decisions. If you want help identifying safe real estate investment opportunities, you can connect with us through the link in the description. And if this video helped you understand pre-launch investments better, share it with someone planning to buy a property, because this is something every real estate investor should understand.